Hello, I'm Emma, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, this channel is dedicated to personal finance and my personal debt journey in 2020 to pay off $35,000 of debt in 1 year. In this video, I'm going to cover healthy habits that actually save you money. It can be difficult to find incentives to make healthy choices and also to make frugal financial choices. I will review some of the healthy habits I make to improve both my actual health as well as my financial health. Number 1, drink water. Water for the most part is free. Even if you go out to eat, you can usually always get water for free. By substituting drinks for water, you can save money both at the grocery store and eating out. Fun fact, water is the best way to stay hydrated. The best way to save money while drinking water is using a refillable bottle and avoid purchasing bottled water. While in the US, bottled water is fairly cheap, about $4 for a case of 32 bottles, it is still money you don't need to spend. I have a bottle I fill either at work from our filtered water, at home through my refrigerator filter, which I change once per year, or at the gym through their filtered water. If you really hate water, you can make it taste better while still spending the minimal amount by squeezing some lemon or lime juice into the water. You can also buy powdered drink mixes, but this becomes more expensive and depending on the ingredients may not be as nutritious as just water. Drinking a sufficient amount of water also helps curb your appetite. If you think you're hungry and haven't had water recently, drink a full glass of water and wait 10 to 15 minutes to see if you are hungry or were just thirsty. Sometimes the body's hunger cues are actually cues that you are just thirsty. This can save you money on food and groceries by making sure you're only eating when you're actually hungry. 2, meal prep. Now I understand that meal prep is not for everyone, but you can have a loose idea of what you plan to eat for the week and still save money and eat more wholesome, nutritious meals. I usually spend about 2 to 3 hours once a week cooking almost all of my meals for the week. By doing this, I make one trip to the grocery store and make sure I always have something delicious, wholesome, and readily available when I'm hungry. By having quick and convenient food at home, I avoid going out to eat or ordering takeout during the week when I'm too tired or lazy to cook. Meal prepping also allows me to have my lunch available to take with me to work and avoid eating out or spending money. Even if you buy more expensive groceries, it's still cheaper to prepare those foods at home than it would be to order them out. I can make a salad at home for $1, but if I buy a salad out, it will likely be less nutritious and significantly more expensive at $5 to $10 depending on where you go. The other bonus of meal prepping is that you can buy and cook in bulk to save even more money. I tend to stick to a 1 to 2 week grocery shop and prep one day per week. This can work for a whole family or just an individual. If you don't like eating the same thing all the time, meal prepping and freezing meals will allow you to have a stocked freezer of a variety of meals. To go along with meal prepping, you will be able to make an appropriate grocery list and not buy a bunch of random food that you end up not eating because you don't have a plan for it. For non-perishable goods, it isn't as big of a deal, but when it comes to perishable goods, you will save money and avoid food waste when it inevitably goes bad. To make sure you stick to your list, eat something before you go. According to usc.edu, you will spend 64% more at the grocery store and buy more non-food items when you're hungry. 3, reduce meat and dairy consumption. I know most Americans won't want to cut out meat and dairy, but meat is the most expensive part of the average grocery bill. By replacing meat and dairy with plant-based proteins like tofu, beans, and legumes, you can save a ton of money without sacrificing nutrition. While the science is still out on whether a plant-based diet is better than a traditional diet, there is a ton of evidence that supports including more vegetables into your diet, regardless if you eat meat or not, is incredibly beneficial. Americans especially eat too much meat and saturated fat from animal products. You don't have to give it up completely, but treating meat more as a condiment and not the focus of the meal will help make sure that you're getting enough nutrition from other food groups, specifically vegetables. I personally try to eat plant-based 90% of the time for both cost and health reasons. Once in a while, I will eat some meat or fish, but that's very, very rare. Number 4, exercise. You do not need a gym membership to get exercise. You can work out at home using body weight or exercise outside. I live somewhere where the climate's not great for most of the year to work out outside, so I do spend $35 a month on a gym membership. By exercising, I am doing 2 things. I'm getting my daily exercise to keep myself healthy, both physically and mentally, but I'm also taking about an hour and a half out of my day, keeping myself busy so I won't have a chance to spend money. By the time I change clothes, go to the gym, work out, come home, and shower, it's closer to 2 hours per day dedicated towards working out. That's 2 hours a day I don't have to think about money or keep myself from spending it. Exercising and keeping yourself healthy over time will also reduce your medical expenses later in life. I've seen the benefits in just my mental health bills by being able to avoid ER visits and reduce my therapy visits, so I now no longer spend any money on my mental or physical health outside of my regular doctor visits and the gym. 5. Cut out drinking. This goes along with drinking more water, but if you like to drink alcohol, try to reduce the amount of alcohol you drink. Your liver and wallet will thank you. If you find you do enjoy drinking, or it's more of a social activity for you, consider having people over or going to a friend's house and bringing your own alcohol. It is much cheaper to make drinks at home than it is to order them out at a bar or restaurant. You can also control the amount of alcohol and mixers you use to make sure you're making the best choices with the mixers used. If I do drink, I usually stick to 1 glass of wine or a gin and tonic to limit the amount of sugar I consume. I understand that part of doing business may be being social and drinking, but in today's corporate culture, it's becoming much more acceptable to skip the alcohol. After hours corporate events are the most common situations in which I drink. It helps me limit my alcohol consumption, and usually my drinks are free or paid by the company. 6. Cut out smoking. If you smoke, I'm sure you already know you should stop. Smoking is bad for both health and your wallet. This also includes other tobacco products such as chewing tobacco, nicotine gum, or hookah. The average price of the cost of cigarettes is $6.03. So for the pack-a-day smoker, that's over $2,000 a year. If you've never smoked or used tobacco, don't start now. Smoking is also proven to increase your health risks and will make your healthcare costs significantly higher than a non-smoker over your lifetime. Even if you currently smoke, you can greatly reduce your health risks if you stop smoking now. 7. Make coffee at home. If you really need your caffeine fix and can't cut it out, then make your coffee at home. Graham Stephan has made the 20-cent iced coffee infamous versus the $5 or more Starbucks order. It is significantly cheaper to make your coffee or tea at home than it is to get it at a coffee shop. It also saves calories and reduces sugar intake if you have black coffee or coffee with a bit of cream and sugar at home versus the typical Starbucks flavored latte that has over 250 calories and over 40 grams of sugar. Number 8. Walk or bike to work. If it's possible, walk or bike to work instead of driving. The cost of a bicycle is far less than paying for a car, insurance, and gas. You could also walk or bike part of the way and take public transit the rest of the way. For me, I live too far to bike to and from work, and the weather is not always warm enough. For me, it is also more expensive to take public transit than it costs me in fuel to drive. I also understand in the US, public transit's not always available, especially if you live in a more rural area. My public transit options are also not great, even though I live near a major city. Hopefully the US will catch up with other countries and have better public transit options in the future. 9. Get a good night's sleep. If you are asleep, you can't spend money. I make sure to get at least 7 hours of sleep per night, but my ideal amount I found is 8 to 9 hours. Now, I don't want to sleep my life away, but making sure I go to bed when I should and sleeping enough keeps me from staying up at night when I shouldn't, scrolling through my phone just looking for stuff to buy. This also helps keep me awake and focused at work the following day and ensures I have enough energy to get through my workday, workout, and relaxing at night before doing it all over again the next day. On Saturdays and Sundays, I sleep until I naturally wake up to ensure that I get enough sleep. And again, I can't spend money if I'm asleep. 10. Plan your free time. If you have a bunch of things to do and not enough time to do it, you may benefit from scheduling your personal time outside of work. If you have intentional tasks to perform on your free time, you will have less time to sit around bored looking for things to buy or spending unnecessary money. Planning your free time allows you to feel more productive and get more done so that you can ensure you make time to get everything you need to do done in the day. This will help alleviate the feelings of never having enough time and sacrificing sleep to get stuff done at the end of the day. I plan my evenings during the week by getting up, going to work, working out, and then filling my evening with either video, filming, and editing, or playing games online that I already own. I don't allow myself hours of free time at the end of the day to sit around and aimlessly scroll through social media and be tempted by the ads to buy things. I hope this helps identify some healthy habits you can adopt in 2020 to improve your physical, mental, and financial health. If you like this video, please consider liking and subscribing so you can get notified of new videos. Let me know in the comments below how you save money with your healthy habits. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.